Hello everyone, welcome to the first video. I'm going to be playing Atelier Sophie. My plan is just to play through the game, do a general let's play, share my thoughts and ideas. I hope you enjoy. If you want to change the difficulty however to hard, I've previously played Atelier Ryza. I thought it was a really good game. I'm really interested in playing this one, but I do think it could probably to the harder difficulty. And again, I don't fully know about Sophie in particular. We'll start a new game. Really interested to see what Atelier Sophie is like compared to Ryza. What differences the franchise has to offer. I love how cozy these types of games are.
ここでプニプニ玉を入れて少し煮えたらウニを投入
It's interesting that we're starting from a point where characters already an alchemist compared to Ryza. Start from nothing.
いい調子。あとはちょっと混ぜれば。あれれ？おかしいな。何この色。うわ！
Yeah, the alchemy in these games are always the interesting part. I know that each game, each kind of trilogy or whatnot from the game franchise tends to have a different alchemy system. So this game will likely play differently compared to Atelier Ryza. So I'm interested to see how the actual alchemy turns out to be.
ここはヒルヘンベル。緑があふれ、教会の鐘の音が響き渡る小さな町。この町に一人の少女が暮らしていました。少女の名はソフィー。
Yeah, I'm really interested to see how
亡
this
く
game
なった祖
goes.
母から教わった錬金術でアトリエを営んでいます。 とはいえ、その腕前はまだまだのようで。
I think it will also be interesting. Sophie's characters learned alchemy from her grandmother, and it seems like she's alone. She'll lack a mentor kind of character compared to Ryza, who had Empel.
また失敗だ。ああ、こんなんじゃいつまで経ってもおばあちゃんみたいになれないよ。ああ、なんか錬金術がバーンと上手くなる方法とかないのかな。そしたらすごい薬とか作って町のみんなから頼られてそんなのあったら苦労しないよな。ああ、片付けしよっと。あ、はーい、空いてますよ。
Okay.
こんにちは、ソフィー。なんだかすごい匂いだけれど。
I really like the costume design that she has with the some kind of material going around her arm, as well as the wristband on the other arm.
さっきまた失敗しちゃって。
All in all, these games tend to have really good character designs with the actual outfits and whatnot. You know, I think thus far I've only seen two characters, so I'm not gonna say too much about this game, but it seems like this game does have similar interesting designs.
それよりモニカ、どうしたの？何か用事？
The other thing to notice is the difference in quality between the character models and the general kind of objects in the world. Even like the texture quality of the books seem to be a bit lower compared to the character quality. Why that is?
ええ、実は頼みたいことがあって。へえ、モニカが頼み事なんて珍しいな。どうしたの？さっきホルストさんに会って山氏の薬を用立ててほしいと頼まれたんだけど、どこに行っても手に入らなくて。 ひょっとしたらソフィーなら知ってるかもって思ったの。ほらソフィーって一応錬金術師じゃない？だからね。一応は余計だよ。でも山師の薬か、作ったことないんだよね。おばあちゃんが作ってるのを見たことあるから作れる気はするんだけど、もともと私が引き受けた依頼だし、難しそうだったら無理はしなくていいのよ。
One thing I'm not too sure about this game is whether or not it has time constraints. I know a lot of the older Atelier franchise tends to have time constraints, and you need to get a certain material done by a certain time date. In this case, it would be the bird medicine. Ryza was entirely freeform, so you could spend as much time gathering materials, doing alchemy as you liked. But I would be interested if this one had a bit more of a time crunch.
大丈夫。困ってる人は放っておけないからね。私に任せてよ。
Especially with something like this where there's, you know, some medicine required for an individual. Having a sort of time crunch does kind of help the kind of story aspects to the game as well as the gameplay.
でもちょっと自信ないからおばあちゃんの本探してみるね。
Oh, yeah, this is in control. Yeah, I can definitely see what I mean by the differences in character models versus the in-game models. Where am I looking for a book? Actually, was it over here?
あ、これおばあちゃんのお菓子レシピだ。ワッフルにフィナンシェ。見てたらお腹空いてきちゃったな。ソフィー？もうちゃんと探してよね。
I do like how carefree some of the characters in the Atelier franchise are. Specifically the main characters. Ryza was very much like a carefree kind of character who went headfirst into problems as she saw them. Sophie seems to be somewhat similar, with a interested but kind of easily distracted kind of mindset.
モニカ見つからないよ。普段からちゃんと整理整頓をしておかないからよ。ほら今度またお掃除してあげるから。
I think there's a lot of potential between these two characters. Sophie having the kind of alchemy ability and kind of talent, while Monica has the kind of dedication and focus. Yeah, them kind of having a symbiotic relationship of helping one another. We'll see what she says. Nothing much. Okay.
見つからないな。どうしたの？もう見覚えのない本があって。立派な想定の本ね。中身はどうなってるのかしら。ちょっと見てみるね。でも最初の方だけだ。途中から白紙だな。おばあちゃんが書き込んでたのかな。
Guessing it's the kind of alchemy book that'll be filling out as the rest of the games.
へえ、そうなの。でね、モニカ、私これを見て思いついたよ。何を？山師の薬の作り方だよ。モニカに頼まれたやつ。本当？作れそうなの？もちろん。素材も足りてるし、今からパパッと作っちゃうね。お願いするわね。失敗しないように気をつけてね。
Okay, this is cool. I was expecting it to take a little longer before we actually got into the alchemy system. I was expecting us to have to go out, get materials, learn about that kind of thing first before we went and did
大丈
this.
夫だって。任せてよ。
But doing it this early on seems cool. So I can synthesize items by accessing the alchemy cauldron. Accessing this desk allows me to save and load. I can sleep in the bed to reset time if I need. Return late at night, I'll automatically rest till morning. Category medicine. Category medicine 10.
よーし、それじゃあ作ってみよう。お願いね、ソフィー。うん、任せといて。よし、何を作ろうかな。
Select the recipe. This requires you to have the designated items. You can check which recipes you can make by looking at the O, triangle, and X symbols on the left. O means I can synthesize it now. Triangle means I can synthesize it after making additional materials. X means not enough material. I can use that as a key. So I need magic grass, animals, and water.
どの材料を使おう。
After choosing the recipe, I'll select the materials. The material requirements are specific items, but can also be categories of items like water. Yeah, that was the same in Ryza, so I kind of get what I'm going for here. When a category is designated, you can freely select any item you want from that category. However, each item also has a different category value that represents affinity with a category. So I'm guessing that's the 10 that we have there, next to the herb grass. We do also see 10 out of 50 at the bottom right. I mean, I'm guessing once we reach like, what, 30, we'll trigger the HP recovery effect. The category value is displayed in the items icon lower right as a number. The number's color represents the item's color. But 10 green. I can press X to swap item information to check item category and category values. Okay. Right, okay, yeah, I can see that there. Plant and medicine materials 10. Okay. Now pressing A, we'll check mark over it, adding it to the thing. Window on the right displays quality, effect value, size, and use count. Quality, average quality selected materials, same as Ryza, I get that. Effect value, total value of materials. I'm guessing that's the 10 out of 15 up there. Size, average size of selected materials. L. Don't quite know what that is, that's different. Use count. Use count can increase up to 3 times as size grows to certain points. I'm just guessing that's the amount of times we can use this item after we craft it. I'll leave this one since it seems like it's a higher quality. I don't think I need it for the quest. We'll pass in the next two. It's all the same? Yeah. Yeah, no, that's the same. Okay. After choosing all the materials, you would choose synthesis. Start. Okay. Yeah, size L, quality degraded, HP recovery small. Cool.
モニカできたよ。へえ、すごい。本当に山氏の薬だわ。ありがとうソフィー、助かったわ。いいっていいって、私とモニカの仲じゃない。そうね。じゃあ私はホルストさんのところに行ってこようかしら。ねえモニカ、私もホルストさんのとこ行っていい？いいけれど、どうして？ほら、この薬って私が作ったわけじゃない？もし不良品だったら大変だし。
Yeah, in the Ryza games, they did a lot talking about the idea of like an honest alchemist being Ryza. I do like that Sophie's kind of following the same vein of making sure that what she makes turns out to be beneficial as opposed to harm.
大丈夫だと思うけど、まあ好きにすればいいわ。じゃあ行きましょうか。ちょっと待って。どうせだからさっきの図鑑にレシピを書き込んでおくよ。モニカ、お待ち。
What's happening? Oh, I like the atmosphere of this place.
ホルストさ
This guy's pretty cool looking. Once again though, he does feel like oddly a lot more detailed compared to like the jars, bottles of it.
ああ、二人ともどうしたんですか?
Most of the differences in models might just be something I get used to over time though. That's gonna be alright.
ホルストさん、頼まれた山氏の薬を持ってきました。
ああ、ありがとうございます。さすがモニカ。
いえ、実はそれはソフィーが作ってくれたんです。私、山氏の薬を手に入れられなくて。
これをソフィーが作ったんですか?
はい。どこかダメなとこありましたか?
Oh, I'm seeing it up close. I really like the bag that she's got. Really nice. Especially the little gemstone things attached to the side.
とんでもない。これほど見事な山氏の薬、めったに見られるものではありませんよ。いやはや、ソフィーの錬金術の腕前も上達しているんですね。二人ともとても助かりました。これは今回のお駄賃です。
Oh.
ありがとうございます、ホルストさん。ホルストさん、私何もしていないのでいただくわけには。
いえいえ、急な頼み事をしてしまいましたから手間賃だと思ってください。
それではありがたくいただいておきます。ソフィーも本当にありがとね。もし何か困ったことがあったら力になるから言ってちょうだい。それじゃあそろそろ失礼するわね。ホルストさん、ソフィー、さようなら。
ええ、それでは。
今日は頑張ったな。お？本が浮いてる！本って浮かぶものだったっけ？
I really like the art style of like the 2D graphics here. Looks really nice, especially all the stuff in the background, like the mushrooms hanging up. All of it looks really detailed. Really like
帰っ
that.
てくるなり想像しいですね。
I can tell.
今、本が喋った。はい、喋りましたが。本が喋ってる！落ち着いてください。人だって言葉を発するのです。本が話をしたとしても何もおかしくはないでしょ？そういうものなのかな？あなたはさっきの図鑑だよね。私が書き込んだやつ。はい、プラフタと申します。
I like the animation for that flying action. Actor. Cool.
あ、名前あるんだ。私はソフィーって言います。ソフィーですね。記憶しました。プラフタさん？プラフタで結構です。あ、うん。プラフタは一体何なの？本です。いや、それはわかるけど、本なのに飛んでるし、喋ってるし、なんかすっごく不思議って思って。確かに私は通常の本とは異なります。私は妙ですね。思い出せません。私は何なのでしょうか。
Well, so I'm guessing it's going to be a case that as we fill out the book, actor remembers more about themselves. That'll be interesting.
いや、私に聞かれても。ねえ、ひょっとしてプラフター記憶がないの？
どうやらそのようです。錬金術に関わりがあることだけは覚えているのですが。
錬金術？それなら私力になれるかも。
ああ、存じています。山氏の薬の製法も知らない駆け出しの錬金術師ですね。
見てたんだ。でも今はちゃんと作れるし。
あんなもの少し勉強すれば子供だって作れます。
でもホルストさんにすごい出来栄えって褒められたし。
私からは特別優れていたようには見えませんでしたが。
どうせ私錬金術下手だもん。すぐ失敗しちゃうし、いろんなもの作れないし、おばあちゃんみたいに町のみんなを助けてあげられないもん。
上手くなりたいですか？
え？
錬金術が上手くなりたいですか？
それはもちろん。なれるならなりたいけど。
知識の大釜という道具があります。誰でも偉大な錬金術を行使しうる錬金術の知の結晶。
It's nice to say that Sophie's kind of character is kind of rooted in trying to help people. To learn alchemy to try and be helpful in the town, and it's her primary kind of cause, at least from what we've seen thus far. I always liked seeing that in a character.
それさえあれば、あなたはあなたの願う通りに自在に錬金術を駆使できるようになるでしょう。
そんなすごい道具があるの？欲しい。ねえ、それどこにあるの？
知識の大釜は、妙ですね。
ねえ、プラフター？まさかとは思うけど。
そのようです。
本当に？ひどいよ。期待だけ持たせといてあんまりだよ。
申し訳ありません。しかし全く思い出せないのです。お詫びと言ってはなんですが、私があなたに錬金術を教えましょう。記憶を失っているとはいえ、あなたよりも錬金術の知識を持っている自信があります。
確かにプラフタって賢そうだし、私より絶対錬金術詳しいよ。教えてくれるって言うならお願いしたいかも。
はい、それではこれからよろしくお願いします、ソフィー。
I guess I was wrong earlier then. I guess the book will sort of act as a mentor. Originally I thought with the grandma being the one who originally taught her alchemy, she might not have sort of guidance in that kind of regard, but it seems like she has Pact instead.
よろしくね、プラフター。
Overall, I'm really excited to play through this game and see what it's like. The Rise franchise for me was always really interesting, so getting to try out this one seems like it'll be good. I know it's substantially different from Rise with both alchemy and battle system, so I'm interested to see how both those turn out. The art style for the 2D stuff is really good.
じゃあ早速いろいろ教えてよプラフタ。
Oh, I'm guessing if there's a day counting system like it showed there, then I think it's more than likely that we're going to be having the time limited stuff that I mentioned earlier. Which I think should be a good change of pace. I found in Ryza I was spending a lot of time kind of just doing things at my own pace, but like going past where I was meant to be in the main story with like overpowered items. So having a more of a limit would be good. Although I am trying to also do a more self-imposed limit in terms of trying not to game the system too much, and I just enjoy the game for what it is.
やる気ですね、ソフィー。
I do want to mention that previously when I was talking about like the cauldron of knowledge, I think having the journey be tied to Sophie learning alchemy as an individual through struggle, through effort would be better than you know, mystical divine item that just teaches her it all automatically. So I do like the fact that she's, you know, learning as opposed to just being granted things.
いつまでも駆け出しじゃいられないからね。
ではまずは調合をしてみてください。
調合だね、任せてよ。素材。
I'm guessing this is where we have to go get
どう
materials
し
now.
ました？
山師の薬を作るのに全部使っちゃったみたい。何も残ってないや。
なら取りに行く必要がありますね。近くに素材を採取できそうな場所はありますか？
一応知ってはいるけど、あそこにはプニが出るから一人だと怖いな。あ、そうだ、モニカについてきてもらおう。
モニカ？昨日ソフィーといた少女ですか？
モニカはああ見えてすごく強いんだよ。
なるほど、それなら安心ですね。それでは気をつけて行ってきてください。
プラフタは一緒に来ないの？
はい、見ての通りついていったところで戦えませんので。
そっか、わかった。それじゃあ行ってくるね。
はい、なるべく早くお願いします。時間は有限ですから。
Right, time is finite after all. Okay, definitely going to be a time limit sort of
あ
thing.
まり寄り道をしてこられると錬金術を教える時間が減ってしまいます。
そうだね。わかった。すぐ帰ってくるからね。
I do wonder how time limit's going to work in terms of the actual going out and gathering resources. Because it could just be a case of, as time goes on in real time, you know, a timer ticks down back in the, you know, in-game time. Or whether it's a case of you travel out to an area, that takes up a certain amount of time, you do everything you want to do there, then by the time you travel back, more time passes, you know, in between traveling as opposed to actually during. It'll be interesting to see how that goes. Guessing I just need to leave. Do I need to do anything to get along? Probably in the plaza, okay. And we'll pass while Sophie takes actions such as moving or synthesis. Yeah, I do want to see how passage of time works. The current time and date at the upper left corner of the screen. Movement, exploration, synthesis, and other actions will cause time to slowly pass. The time can cause changes in monsters present, gatherable items, etc. The week consists of 5 days called Sprout, Bud, Flower, Fruit, and Seed. Okay. Fruit and Seed are the weekend, and the people around town will be doing different things than during the week. The month consists of 30 calendar days. The date will be displayed on the calendar in the upper left corner of the screen. So maybe I don't have to necessarily worry about everything passing by too quickly. Like, I don't have to worry about missing out by doing stuff. There may be certain quests that are tied to a time limit. But there may also just be stuff I can do kind of freely as I choose.
こんにちは。
The plaza earlier. Hill from the plaza to the town, edge of town. Really hard on an old lady. And then I guess I'll head to the main street to go shopping. Just need to go visit the church. And I do notice that time has slightly passed since I travelled from that two zones. Meaning I'm guessing it's going to be a case of managing my time as I go out. Make sure I can get to some of the later areas while maintaining my time.
Monica, 一緒に採取に行ってくれない？どうしたの急に。眺望で使う素材が足りなくなっちゃったんだ。ああ、そういうこと。もちろんいいわよ。ソフィーにはホルストさんの件でお世話になったしね。やったー、モニカ、ありがとう。ところでソフィー、身支度はちゃんと整えた？身支度？うん、ハンカチとおやつはちゃんと持ったよ。そうじゃなくて、薬とかいろいろあるでしょ。
I do like the fact that Monica's the first party member that we're likely going to be getting. She plays a more serious and well thought out kind of mindset compared to Sophie's semi-carefree, figuring it out as she goes along kind of mind way of thinking about
仮に
things.
も魔物が出る場所に行くんだから、ちゃんと準備しないとダメよ。ああ、そうだね。ちゃんと持っていくことにするよ。
I do really love how detailed the character designs are, both in terms of the models themselves, and also just the general designs, like the shawl, no, maybe not shawl, but whatever the headpiece for Sophie's got called, and her necklace. Monica joined your party. There are many items that can be equipped, such as bombs and medicine. By equipping these items, you can take them outside of town and use them. I think I'll take it. It's likely somewhat to Ryza, so I think I'll know roughly how to do it, but best to check. There's a limit to the types that can be equipped, so I'm guessing that's level 4 and level 1 for the Unibag and Bird Medicine, representing the equipment cost. So if you can equip all items, but the items equipped by other characters are limited. Yeah, that was similar to Rise as well. You can see if a character can equip an item or not by checking the second page and item details. I do wonder how the... do I have any items to showcase what I'm meaning? Yeah, I do wonder what the count is going to be like. Is that I can use it 5 times per outing, or is that 5 times and that's item gone? Hopefully it's 5 times per outing, otherwise I might focus a bit less on items. I do tend to... I'm a bit of a hoarder when it comes to limited use items like this. So hopefully it's reset. It does seem like we're getting a lot of like basic items. But MP recovery and warm. Okay, that's fine. We'll talk to this person. Okay, so I'm guessing Mr. Horst's shop is the kind of request board then. That's what he said.
あら、ソフィーとモニカじゃないか。これからお
Your
出かけ
character?
かい？
I like the flowers that just got on her side.
あ、マルグリットさん。はい、これからソフィーの採取を手伝いに。ね、ソフィー。あー、いいなー。今日もお野菜おいしそう。ごくり。
Yeah, once again showing the Monica being the more focused, Sophie being the more sidetracked kind of characters. I do like that.
ソフィーはうちの野菜に夢中みたいだね。
You need to think more about my posture when I'm setting up this.
ソフィー？あ、うん、そうそう、これから採取に行くところなんです。
そうかいそうかい。気をつけて行ってくるんだよ。
はい、お気遣いありがとうございます。
そういや、うちのバカ息子はどこをほっつき歩いてるのかね。もし見かけたら私が探してたって言っておいておくれよ。
わかりました。見かけたら言っておきますね。
それではマルグリットさん、失礼いたします。
ああ、それじゃあね。
Okay, where am I actually going?
やあ。
Nation? Back later. Okay, so I'm guessing she's not open then. You have a map? Any kind? No, it doesn't seem to be. Gather Chick Woods. Town entrance. Mr. Horse. Shop. Where is this? Lock shop. Where? Locked empty house. Okay, so I'm guessing it's back. Yeah. I'll head back through here. I think that's the only kind of way we can go right now. And then, yeah, here we go.
こんにちは。
Welcome to Kirchen Bell. If you need anything. Okay. I'm guessing red means we're going to like an overworld map. Yeah, world map.
次はどこに？
Oh, I like the little like pop-up kind of cartoony town icons and stuff. That's nice. Oh, and I like the little cursor being like a staff, being a pointer. Yeah, I know compared to like a lot more modern games and Ryza, the one that I just came from, that the graphics here are a little bit more dated. You know, you can see it in the kind of texture quality, model quality of the background. But overall, I'm really liking the look of the game. I feel like while the graphics are a bit dated, the kind of art style and was kind of art direction of it all just seems to kind of work a lot in its favor. Then again, though, the characters are also just incredibly detailed, especially compared to the rest.
気をつけなきゃダメよ。いつ魔物が出てもおかしくないんだから。
わかってる。ってあれ？誰かいる？あれって。おーい！オスカ
あれ、ソフィーとモニカじゃないか。こんなところでどうしたんだ？
Guessing this is like the Margaret? The woman that we met earlier. Son.
ちょっと錬金術の素材を集めにね。オスカーは？
オイラは植物の観察に来たのさ。ここの植物はなかなか面白い話を聞かせてくれるよ。
オスカー、あなたまた植物と話をしてたとか言い出すんじゃないでしょうね。
その通りだけど何かおかしいかい？逆にオイラにとっては話ができない方が不思議だよ。
ま、オスカーは昔からこんな調子だものね。今さらどうこう言うつもりはないわ。
なんかトゲのある言い方だな。
あ、そうだ。マルグリットさんがオスカーのこと探してたの。
Marguerite, that's the woman I'm talking about.
やばい、配達の仕事忘れてた。このままじゃ母ちゃんに叱られる。
自業自得ね。諦めなさい、オスカ
ー。なんだ今の音。
Oh, nice, we're gonna see a puny.
何？
Who knew?
オスカ戦い
ちょっと待ってくれよ。まだ心の準備が。
来るわよ。
Yeah, I'll see the explanation of battles. I'm not too sure what the system's like. Battle, all enemies and allies will take turns performing actions. Once any actions are determined, able to select actions for your party. Commands for various actions, selecting them with the D-pad, then press A to confirm. The action order is displayed on the left and will go in order from the top. The order can often change depending on actions performed. Okay, that's cool. Furthermore, an important factor is in battles called stance, with both two stances being offensive and defensive. Stance can be changed by any time by selecting commands with LB and RB, different perks. Choosing offense will increase your pack power, and also makes support attacks usable and increases damage done enemies. Okay. Yeah, support attacks following up with additional attacks from other allies. Using defense will increase your defense. It also allows you to use support guard, letting allies protect each other when being attacked by enemies. That's good. I don't think Ryza had anything like that. Each support action will automatically be used when the chain link gauge reaches 100%. Type of support action is determined by your current stance. Enemies displaying warning are preparing to use a powerful attack. Consider the situation at hand and either beat them with offensive stance or endure with defense. Okay.
簡単に勝てそうだよ。
In that case, I'll... A skill? No, maybe I should save my MP? I'm not too sure. Likely just go for attack. Alright, so now we can see that we're specifying what actions we're going to do, and then it's supplying it to the order list. And we can kind of see how slow or fast things are going to be. Yeah, begin turn. Oh, did she use like a rapier? That's cool. I really like the design of Sophie's staff as well. How the kind of orb being sounded like some sort of star or pointy typed object. I'm not entirely sure what this guy uses. Is it a shovel? Yeah, that's totally okay. He's using a shovel. Alright, and we also got a break. I should explain what that is since the game hasn't. I believe each enemy should have both a health bar as well as a stance bar. Or yeah, I'm going to call it a stance bar. If you manage to fill up the stance bar, then it will be considered broken. You can take an action for one turn, and I believe takes additional damage. At least that's what I've gathered from Atelier Ryza. I'm imagining it's a pretty similar system. Yeah, begin turn. I think it's a kill. Nice. We got a whole 1 XP. That's terrific. Yeah, so we can see we've got the materials here. Both of them are inferior. I'm not too sure how many types of quality there are. In Atelier Ryza, it was just a number from like, I think 1 to 999. I think it was 1. It might start from 0. And we also have the traits and effects. I'm not too sure how much there are, but we'll wait and see what kind of that is. Oh, and another achievement. I should mention, I am going to try and 100% the game, get all the different achievements, try and do as many side quests and whatnot as I can. Fundamentally, I'm excited to play through the game. I'm going to try and play through as much of it as I possibly can.
みたいね。
ああ、なんとかね。でも急に襲ってくるなんて聞いてないよ。
ねえオスカー、私たちと一緒に行かない？今みたいにまた魔物が出た時、一人じゃ危ないよ。
I'm guessing Oscar's going to be our kind of next party member.
じゃあオイラも一緒に行くよ。
Yeah.
痛い目に遭うのはごめんだからね。
I'm not too sure what to think about Oscar's characters so far. Overall, he seems to be somewhat similar to Sophie, being passionate about his sort of field, in this case with being plants, while also being a bit more different by, you know, talking to them.
よし、そうと決まったらパパッと採取済ませちゃおう。あ、オスカーも手伝ってね。
いや、そこまでするとは言ってない。
ここであったこと、マルグリットさんに黙っといてあげるから。
分かったよ。
Oscar joined your party. Yeah, I will. Press A next to a gathering point, a field allowing me to gather items. However, monsters also dwell in most areas. Touching an enemy symbol will start a battle. If I hit an enemy by swinging my staff first, I'll start the battle with advantage. Same as Ryza, yeah. Okay, you know, it's simple enough.
いいものあるかな。爪や皮にもちゃんと使い道はあるのかな。何が取れるかな。よし、これくらい取れば十分かな。
Alright, this should be plenty. We got 2 items. We could totally get more.
こき使われた。
どうするのソフィー、もう少し調べていく？
やめとこうぜ。おいらもうクタクタだよ。それにあんまり長居するとヤバい魔物が出てくるかもしれないぜ。
確かにオスカーの言う通りかも。それじゃあそろそろ帰りましょうか。あ、2人ともアトリエに寄っていってよ。お茶かなんか出すからさ。そう？じゃあお言葉に甘えようかしら。ね、オスカー。
I always like the name of the buildings being called an atelier. I just think it's an interesting word, really. It just sounds nice. Compared to like studio or workshop.
だけどちょっとだけ休ませてくれ。
Yeah, I would like to see changes in the battling field. Low LP, your stats will be reduced in battle. Taking actions outside of town consumes LP. Losing LP will reduce your abilities. Try to avoid battles while lowering LP. Okay. So exploring the same field multiple times will allow you to gather better materials. Right. Higher number of better materials, but enemies get stronger. Okay. Gatherable items and enemies can change depending on the time of day and weather. That seems like a cool new monster. I didn't see that in Ryza. It's really cool looking. Sort of cat. No, not, you know, like a cat. Feline monster. Is there any more materials? Do I just have to head back? Okay, that's fine. So it seems like we've got 5 lights that we can trigger traveling here.
どこに行こう。ただいま
ああ、おかえりなさい。遅かったですね。
本が浮いてる。それに喋ってる。
まさか植物だけじゃなく本の声まで聞こえるようになるなんて。
いやオスカー、今回は私にも聞こえているわ。ソフィー、あなただけでなくあなたの友人も想像しいのですね。
プラフタを見たら普通誰でも驚くと思うけど。2人ともあのね。
図鑑に物を書き込んでしばらくしたら本が喋り出したね。
まさかあの図鑑がこんなすごい本だったなんて。
私も最初は驚いたよ。だって本が飛んで喋るんだもん。
別におかしいことではないと思います。
いや、おかしいよ。
それでプラフターさん？プラフタで結構です。あ、じゃあプラフタは一体何者なの？
あ、モニカ、それ私も聞いたんだけど、プラフター記憶がないみたいなんだ。
そうなの？はい。覚えているのは名前と少しばかりの錬金術の知識のみです。
そうなんだよね。プラフタの記憶、なんとかして取り戻してあげられないかな。
記憶ね。なんかきっかけみたいなものがあれば戻るんじゃないの？
Guessing this then, leading up to the idea of filling out the reference book to get Placta's memories back.
きっかけか。
あ、ソフィー、私思いついたわ。プラフタが喋るようになったきっかけってソフィーが図鑑に書き込んだことよね。
多分そのはずだよ。
だったら図鑑にレシピを書き込んでいけばプラフタの記憶も蘇るんじゃないかしら。
おお、なるほど。さすがモニカ冴えてるな。
ねえ、プラフタはどう思う？
ありえない話ではないと思います。やってみる価値はあるかと。
よーし、そうと決まったら錬金術の勉強をたくさんして。
そうね。これも何かの縁だし、何か協力できることがあったら言ってね。
ああ、オイラも手伝えることは手伝うよ。
みんなありがとう。
おっと、もう。
じゃあ私も失礼するわ。ソフィー、プラフタ、またね。
またねー。プラフタのために頑張らないとね。
ええ、期待していますよ、ソフィー。
I'll check the items. Normally I wouldn't, but I think... Yeah, no, we don't have anything all that interesting. I think the traits we can pass on to whatever material... No, sorry, to whatever item we make. So in this case, if I was to make a bomb, I could pass on inflict poison, allowing it to inflict poison and deal damage. At least that's my understanding. That might be incorrect, but... No, Puny Slayer can get put into weapons to deal increased damage to Puny. Or, yeah, I guess how it is. Yeah, try synthesis again, that's...
よーし、じゃあ今度こそ調合を始めるよ。プラフタ、いろいろ教えてね。
はい、わかりました。
I'm really looking forward to seeing how far the alchemy goes in this game.
よし、何を作ろうかな。どの材料を使おう。
Let's make this again. Once again, I'm gonna save this version. So I pass in those two.
こんな感じで大丈夫？
Yeah, because right now I don't see us using any kind of, you know, quote-unquote good materials, just due to the fact that we're not making anything really that important.
それじゃあ始めよう。
Oh, thanks to Placta's teaching, you can now perform even more detailed synthesis. Placing materials on the panel will increase quality and effect of the synthesized item. Right. It's really cool. Try selecting the well water first. After selecting a material, you can choose where to place it on the panel. By placing it in the lower right.
いいね、いいね。
Quality will increase when more panels are covered. And taking bonus lights on the panel. Taking bonus lights on the panel will increase effect value of that material. Surrounding panels will gain colors and color bonuses will appear. Magic grass at the top left, right.
よし、いい流れだよ。
Some magic grass causes the surrounding bonuses to grow larger. Right. Increase the effect of bonuses by placing materials adjacent to them. Larger bonuses will reward a greater effect, and taking them same color material get an even greater effect, right? No matter where I place it, it'll overlap, right? Pressing on top of the magic grass and see what happens. Right, so it disappears and only the monster feather remains. Will sink and not be visible in the panel anymore. Won't cause the synthesis to fail, but due to less panels being covered, it'll be harder to gain quality effects, right? So you're trying to max out panels while trying to prevent overlap. It seems interesting. Selecting materials, do your best to choose ones that won't overlap and fit well together. Because in Ryza you could just kind of chuck everything in. As long as it was high quality, you could kind of trigger everything you wanted. It seems like there's a lot more thought about the size and shape of the materials. So rather than just picking the best quality item that you've got, you actually need to plan things out a bit more. I'm really looking forward to seeing how that works out. Finally, select the last magic cross and place it in the upper right. All the bonuses are concentrated. Okay, so it doesn't seem like the stuff at the bottom right takes into consideration what you're currently hovering over. That might make it a bit harder to kind of plan out how you're going to trigger everything. After placing all materials on the panel, the color covering the majority will gain an effect value increase. In this example I used red, blue and green. I'll cover the same material, so all materials get an 18% increase, right? That gives me a recovery bonus and XP bonus, HP bonus increase. And we're going to see the synthesis time. The order and location where you place materials, along with material colors, can greatly affect synthesis results. Right, so on the top right, on the left hand side, we can see the magic grass. Top right of that, we can see that there's a green icon. So we can kind of... I'm not too sure whether we're wanting to be planning around having multiple color options, or whether we just singular want one color, focus on that effect. If you cover the entire panel, you'll gain a large quality bonus and greatly benefit your synthesis, right? Select all kinds of materials and placements and try to cover the entire panel. Yeah. Don't think there's anything more I can do in this case, so I'm just going to agree to this. There we go. Yeah, C tier quality. Well, not quality. C tier overall, with average quality. And we loaded up our alchemy. I wonder if just the alchemy level is only linked to getting new recipes, or whether there's just something more to it.
はい、同じレシピでもやり方次第で出来栄えは大きく変化するのです。
Yeah, it seems like this alchemy system is going to have a lot more depth compared to Ryza. I'm really looking forward to seeing some like the endgame stuff is going to look like.
錬金術の基本は創意工夫。覚えておいてください。
創意工夫だね。うん、わかったよ。ところでさ、プラフター、私そろそろ別のものを作ってみたいんだけど。
それも創意工夫次第ですよ。
え、どういうこと？
日常の生活で経験するさまざまな出来事、見たもの、聞いたもの、感じたもの、それらをもとに創意工夫することで新しい錬金術のレシピをひらめくこともあるということです。
I like the idea of the recipe she's getting being based off of her creativity. Because from a story perspective, it means that, you know, it's encouraging Sophie to kind of go out, explore the world, see as much as she kind of can. And from a gameplay perspective, it means that you have a reason to kind of be going out and doing a variety of activities. But just from a more personal basis, I do really like the idea of basing creativity off of experiences. Every day we're constantly experiencing things, and those experiences may resonate with us, they may not. Fundamentally, all the meaning that we gain out of everything we see is entirely up to us as individuals. Two people can experience the same thing but have different responses to it. So I like that Sophie's kind of creativity is based off of that.
とにかくいろんなことをやってみろってこと？
簡単に言ってしまえばそうなりますね。
わかった。とりあえずいろいろやってみることにするよ。
ええ、ぜひそうしてみてください。少なくとも得た経験は必ずあなたのためになるはずですから。
Oh, Sophie's actions can cause her to think up a new item recipes. Yeah, I'll see recipe idea. Right, so we've got made before, not thought of yet, thought up, not made yet. So I'm guessing that's I've unlocked the recipe, but just not made it. When performing particular actions, she may come up with new recipes for items. I can check the recipe idea conditions under recipe ideas in the main menu. Some recipes are key to bringing back practice memories. Right, so yeah, that's what we were talking about earlier. Recipes that have strong relations to practice memories will be locked behind a lock icon. We'll display a progress meter until they are thought up. Cool. I think for now, that's where we're going to leave the first episode. Overall, we've been introduced to Sophie and the Monica and Oscar, the kind of two new party members, as well as Plakta, the kind of mentor. Overall, I'm really looking forward to playing through the game. The Atelier franchise is always really interesting, especially with how different the alchemy system is between games. I'm really looking forward to kind of seeing where the story progresses and how the gameplay progresses overall. I think though that is where I will leave things. Well, thank you for watching if you watched this far. I'll be planning on doing more Atelier Sophie in the future, and hopefully I'll see you more around for more for it. Thank you for watching.